seen it all. Now Kamala is trying to trick y'all into paying off her $20 million in debt. Let's take a look. Now, this is the Act Blue website. As y'all can see, Act Blue is at the bottom. If you scroll down, I had to make sure that this was legit. And you look at this paragraph right here. Okay, let's pause to read. The first $41,000 to $15,000 from a person, multi-candidate committee, PAC, will be allocated to the DNC. So you mean to tell me that you need people to help you pay off the DNC, and then you also done made up this fake account called the Recount account that is supposed to do what? What is that supposed to do, girl? Because ain't nobody recounting the votes. Trump is the president. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ain't no going back. We're not going back. Okay, we are not turning the page. The page has been turned off of your ass. Okay, what the is a recount account? Why are you playing in people's faces? Uncle Donnie said he'll help you with that 20 mil. Call him up. Put your pride to the side. Okay, and call that man. But we're not helping you pay shit.
Please go read this article if you haven't already. I was going to make a video where I was reading through the entire article and addressing it point by point, but I don't think a lot of you fuck with that. So I won't spend all the time, but you should read it. And when you do, just be prepared to be shocked and outraged at the amount of money that they wasted and what they wasted it on celebrity and shit. On stupid sets for Call Her Daddy. When you look at the amount of money that they wasted on consultants, you'll understand why the consultant class is fine no matter who wins. And then they're still asking for money. They're still asking for money. I saw a video last night where some Blue Anon person was talking about oh, well, we need to keep giving the campaign money because they need to pay for the recounts because maybe Kamala didn't loot. This might have been one of the worst run campaigns, and I understand that they didn't have a lot of time, right? Like, they only had, 90 days from the time that Biden dropped out, and a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for not dropping out sooner. In fact, a lot of blame should be laid at Biden's feet for the fact that he ran for re-election at all, when he said he was a bridge to a new generation. But that doesn't take away the responsibility from Kamala Harris and from the Democratic Party, because now the Democrats are out here, including Nancy Pelosi, being like, we really should have had a primary. Wasn't it you that said that we shouldn't have a primary? All these Democratic hacks and operatives now being like, yeah, I guess we really should have had a primary, You bitches were the ones who said that we shouldn't have a primary because if we did, it would be racist and sexist and stepping over a black woman because it was her turn. And now you're the same people that are whining and crying and saying that the reason why she lost was because she's a black woman. If you really believe that, why'd you run her? If you really believe that she couldn't win because she was a black woman, why'd you fucking run her? Anything to deflect responsibility.
From what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this, so...
Your mom doesn't want you to look like this.
How's this for a motivational phrase? Our resistance will be talked about for generations.
What the fuck was that?
That's why I'm so sick of these bitches. I've been like, you won't think something that was lying. You won't think something lying. I don't understand how you won't.
Oh no. I'm devastated.
If you voted red, I hate you personally. And I do hope harm finds you. Like literally, you're gonna burn in hell because you voted for Satan. Rolled in Cheeto dust. And you know what happens when that happens? You just croak and you burn in hell. So you can go worship your little predator now. You little woman-hating, closeted, mommy-ish, you little loser. I hope you slip in a big old pile of shit, and I hope it gets in your mouth. And I hope you crash your truck when you're listening to that country music. Loser. How does it feel to be so closeted that you have to vote for that guy? How does it feel to be such a woman hater?
And we are supposedly the one inciting violence and spewing hate. Then all their meltdown is all about harming the other party people.
I am completely unhinged. I went to the grocery store, and while standing in line, I was trying to guess who voted against my rights. And I couldn't guess anymore. I was out of guesses. Because you're like sheep in wolf's clothing. And I just wanted to scream, who the fuck here voted against my motherfucking rights? Didn't though. Mostly because my fucking throat hurt. I am completely unhinged.
Nobody voted against anyone's right except for Kamala voters. That's funny because we can tell exactly who voted for Kamala. They had a nose piercing, man, come on. That just gives it away like what kind of person you are.
I'm just gonna start being so fucking mean to men. Like, not like I wasn't really particularly nice to them before. Cause like, you know. But like today there were construction workers outside of my house. And, you know, I mean like, I don't know, you know. And, they were just like talking to me too much. I was just trying to walk out of my house and to my car. And they were just like yapping their mouths, trying to make jokes. And I was like, okay, like just kept walking. And then I came back from dropping my daughter off. And then I had like a sandwich in my hand. And one of the guys was like, oh, he said that he thought, pointing to the other guy next to him, he was like, he said he thought you were bringing us pizza. You know what I said? I whipped my head around and I said, no, I actually only care about myself. I had such a good laugh about that. That's the energy I plan to keep bringing. Like, I don't actually care what the fuck you think of me. I'm actually just going to say whatever the fuck is on my mind. Thanks.
In comments, she was fooling no one. It already felt like a fake story. It makes no sense. No man would say that, like, unless he knows you personally. Or a random woman, why would he say that you're bringing him some food? Like, makes no sense to me.
Men need to toughen up, and I think if men were forced to be homeless, they would learn how to be better men. That's what made men manly in the past, was having to build houses and stuff. If we just made men be homeless for like a year, I think it would fix a lot of problems.
That would be so good, especially because we don't force men to do military anymore. Like, make them homeless for a year. Let's see how they fucking
make them just figure it out, and make them homeless in a country where they don't know the language, and that way they really have to go through something, and then maybe they can like
be appreciative.
And this is why podcast equipment needs to be regulated. Men are forced to be homeless. We live in a capitalist hellscape. I know that you think men hold all the power, but that's like 1% of them, and the rest of them are considered disposable. Think about how many homeless men you have passed on the street in your life, and you want there to be more of them? I'm sorry, 105 million homeless men isn't enough for you? And let me also clarify, you two state that the reason that men are not great is because they haven't suffered enough. Can we please start a GoFundMe to send these ladies back to remedial 4th grade history class? While there were some amazing and prolific female explorers, the vast majority of New World explorers were led by and comprised of men. Specifically, a bunch of barely homeless men traveling to foreign countries and having to learn new languages. Do you understand that the kind of masculinity that you are trying to build in men is the exact toxic masculinity that you complain about? Because you are describing masculinity as who can suffer the most while complaining the least. Men, please use discernment with your demon time, because we cannot be giving women like these sons.
However, in an effort to be sustainable, reduce, reuse, recycle, per se, I'm thinking that we take all men to Alcatraz Island, and they are not allowed to leave until they take a lesson on how to revert their internalized misogyny, and only until they've passed a test that we women decide, are they allowed to leave Alcatraz Island. Let me know what you think. I think it could be great.
So let me get this straight. Men build the world around her. Everything she's using right now is most probably invented by men. And now that she's comfortable in her life and can be free to say whatever she wants, all of a sudden she wants to put men in prison. Well, if you're feeling that unsafe, why don't you all women gather around and go to some deserted island and live there, right? No men. You can be happy with all your female friends, just be... I mean, that makes sense, right? Why aren't women doing that? If you are like that scared of men, just go to some isolated location, build from scratch. Well, of course, you cannot do that because the results have shown time and time again how your woman cannot survive alone. Here's a small clip from that.
We're not letting those muscles discourage us at all.
To get to the island, the women have no choice but to swim to the shore in the clothes they're wearing.
No dry clothes and no fire. It's gonna take hours.
We got 0 sleep last night. We stayed up the entire night. And we haven't had fire because it rained and put it out. So now we haven't eaten. I have no shame. I've never been so miserable. I couldn't get my tail over there to that fire fast enough. Come on, guys.
See how they're just programmed to say they don't need men, but in reality, they be suffering, they be miserable. Now, of course, we men are not going out there and saying we don't need women. We know they have certain roles that we men cannot do. We know that. I think this mindset comes from the world we live right now. It's because of this influencer mindset. Like, they see how there's people making quick money and they disregard the hardworking men. Let's see.
We live in a world today where a young lady that maybe shows her behind on OnlyFans can make more money than the man that paved the road for you to get to where you're going. And I think that's a sad thing, but I do think that's going to change in time. I always say that there's going to be YouTube channels in the next 10 years that are going to tell people the next hack is to go get a plumbing license or to learn to be an electrician. People overlook the fact that influencers get most of the attention and they forget about the men that build this country and make things the way they are so society can be like it is. It's not the men that wear Rolexes that are the backbone of society. It's the men with calluses on their hands. Those are the men that make this world work.
POV, you and your husband have been working through his toxic masculinity for the last 5 years, and he finally gets it. Oh my God. Could you imagine if a man came on here and said, POV, you and your wife have been working through her emotional immaturity and inability to self-regulate, but she's finally getting it. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a great thing when couples address each other's weak points and help each other through them. My husband and I do it all the time. Behind closed doors. Why are you making this our business? And don't try and give me some, I'm just trying to destigmatize doing the inner work. Then post your own. Why is this so one-sided? But I know exactly what you're doing. You're using your husband's vulnerability as a dog and pony show. It's giving very, look how woke and progressive my husband is. I trained him so good. I'm single-handedly defeating the patriarchy by letting my husband have feelings. Don't even front, lady. You wanted a digital cookie for this. And that's weird. Imagine spending 5 years with your wife trying to convince you that you're toxic, and then when you finally admit it, you just get patronized to all hell for it. Also, isn't part of deconstructing toxic masculinity avoiding the practice of braggadocious demonstrations for every accomplishment? This might be one of those the call is coming from inside the house situations.
As she mentioned, like, if you switch the roles, all of a sudden this modern woman would throw all those words, internet words, to just hate on men. Like, if you tell your woman to just make food or do something, all of a sudden it's misogynistic because you're expecting something of your wife. On the other hand, the man should do everything. He should provide, cook, clean, take care of the baby, take care of the dog, while the woman is just sitting on the sofa watching Netflix. You should call her brave while doing that. Man, makes no sense to me.
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, lift to attendance, so that he never lifts a finger. 24/7 baby machine, so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love if you make her, you make too much money.
Bro, what's with that expression? Like, they're laughing and everything as if it's some enjoyable act. I don't know. I'm not a woman, so I cannot comment on that, but still, it looks just wrong. Here are some comments. So basically, a serial killer workshop. This is arts and craft with Satan, and they're smiling and laughing. Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Soulless activities, dark arts. crafts or single cat ladies. Man, let me know what you guys feel about this.
So I don't think we should have to share bathrooms with MAGAs. So I think we need to have blue and red bathrooms instead of male and female, because I don't want to have my urination piece disrupted by some MAGA idiot next to me. So let's make that happen.
Man, these are the same people who will cry for help when a T-woman comes in and do something to them. Crazy, right?
People who have their panties in a fucking twist about trans people are weirdos. Like, you are so weird. You have nothing better to do with your life. I will never understand women who will go out in public, get on this app, and openly talk shit and declare themselves an unsafe space for trans people and trans women specifically. I can't fathom what value women specifically get out of this, knowing that we are already vulnerable in society and trans people are extra vulnerable in this society. So to get on and say, I don't want to use terms like chest feeding or cis woman or gender neutral bathrooms, why the fuck do you care? And their argument is usually, oh, well, it takes away the specialness of being a woman. You do know that cis women can't get pregnant and some cis women can't get periods, right? So now are all they of a sudden excluded out of the group of women as well? Also pisses me off that most of these people, women specifically, have a cross around their neck. If you're being guided by a man, darling, you're misled. Just stop talking.
Ma'am, you should take the last advice for yourself. Just stop talking. All these women will be crying for help again when the trans woman comes in and try to do something to them in their safe space.
As most of you know, I work at a gym here in the city. And today, one of our members went up to one of my coworkers and told them that they were uncomfortable with the man who looks like a woman being in the dressing room. And in lieu of these election results, people are feeling way more bold. I had to step away from the front desk after they told, because I'm spiraling. I feel alone and I feel like nobody can understand how it feels. I already feel weird enough going into the dressing room. Like mad imposter syndrome, like I don't belong there.
Grown men crying due to being shockingly unaware the average person is uncomfortable with men in women's bathroom. Insanity. See, this is one of the reasons I'm just glad that Trump won, because now people can just openly say things and tell them that this is wrong. Just glad that it happened now.
I want to be forever young. Do you really want to live forever?
Brother,
I won't do business with people who support the president-elect. And it is because I need to create a safe place for me, my staff, and my family.
In other words, you want to go out of business, go woke, go broke. That's called discrimination. Safe from what? These people don't know what they're doing. They fail to realize that majority of people are Trump supporters, and that's how he won. Like, they're majority, and most probably, even in her business, whatever she's doing, would most probably have those kind of people, and that's gonna just cost her. Like, she's gonna go bankrupt, or just lose her business.
I loved this place for so long. London had a good run.
I'm pretty sure she's more sad about the fact that she now actually has to do an actual job. Instead of just relying on being a victim online, making anything just to get more money through donations and all that stuff. But now she has to do an actual job. Well, then again, they can always show their butt online and get money from Simps. That also works. Now, the next clips are kind of funny because their business are failing and the first thing they do is cry about it on TikTok and beg for support from their followers. Let's see.
I've made this video to show you what running a new small business is really like. I am struggling. 1 week I'll do well and then I won't have any sales for a while. I'm so stuck and I don't know what to do.
Look at that.
It's really hard. I have all of this stock that isn't moving and have invested so much money. Can you help me? A simple like, follow or purchase would mean so much to me. I don't want to give up and I will keep trying, but I really need your help right now. This is really disheartening and I know other small business owners feel the same way, so let's help each other out.
Okay, so running a business, you know what I think is the hardest thing to do about running a business?
Here we go.
Yes, I have no bra on, I'm in my pajamas, I've just washed my hair, I put my skincare on that has obviously not settled into my skin.
Of course you're not
But you know what
wearing
the
a bra.
hardest thing about running a business at 26 years old, and I don't think it's actually going to be the thing that you guys think it is, but it's your emotional, matureness, stability, not reacting to things. I genuinely struggle with it, and it's the hardest thing. You just have things go wrong all the time, and you cannot react. You react. And so I've had probably one of my lowest days in sort of a while yesterday. And I haven't actually decompressed from it because I just had to fix it. I couldn't react. I couldn't get emotional about it. I so badly wanted to cry and get angry but I couldn't.
Look at
I
that.
genuinely couldn't. I had to just fix shit. I just had to action things. I didn't have time. I didn't have the mental capacity to be upset about it. I just had to fix it. And it's the hardest thing because you just want to be upset. You just want to sit in it. But you can't. And so I literally just had a shower. It's been 24 hours since I got this news now, and I just cried. I just cried for 15 minutes in the shower on my own because I finally put things in place to fix it, and now I've just realized how bad it is, and now I'm feeling it after 24 hours, after fixing it, communicating with the team, next steps, and now I'm feeling it. So yeah, hardest thing to do with running a business is just keeping your shit together and not reacting until you're on your own and no one can see it. Oh, and then you post it on social media because everyone thinks that running a business is amazing. It's so much fun. It is, and it's so rewarding, but holy shit, some of these hard times are just I've got a head towel on, I've just washed my hair. I would never post this. I would never do this. But I'm going to have my gin and whatever soda I found in the pantry in a wine glass. That is a very expensive wine glass, apparently, I've been told, because I got it gifted. And then I'm going to make dinner, and then I'm going to get back to work, because that's what you do at 26 years old, running 2 companies. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a beautiful week.
I wanted to come on here and tell y'all my business is literally failing right now. I don't even know what to do. Is it the economy? Is it because I'm doing something wrong? I don't know. Being a boutique owner right now is just so incredibly hard. So I kind of wanted to come on here and just tell y'all that, because all I see on social media is everybody posting their wins and how amazing everything is. And right now, I feel like it's so hard. If it's just me, I'm assuming it's other small businesses too. But I just want to come on here and let y'all know you are not alone. And for those of you
ordering from my small business, because it's very few orders, I appreciate you and I love you, because it means the absolute world to me that you're spending your hard-earned money on my small business. I went from making sales every single day, and I quit my job in January, and I was very confident in my decision because I was having sales every day online, to literally going days without a single sale. So for all my boutique owners out there, we gotta stick together. It will be okay. Hopefully this time will pass, like it usually does. I don't know. I love you guys. I'm just like kind of venting right now. I love you. I love you. Shipping out with extra love right now.
This is what it took for you to leave your man? People stick around for neglect, abuse, mistreatment, cheating, lying. Y'all stayed for that. But this is what it took for you to leave? Genuinely having a hard time grasping. Why do I need to leave my man? To prove a point to a government that is not going to give about us either way it goes. Y'all do realize that, right? I'm just saying. So if that makes me an enemy because I cannot get behind this, I guess I'm an enemy because I'm not leaving my man.
So as you all can see, the 4B movement is pressuring women to leave their husbands. We all know that women have this code that they stick by, and the code is the loyalty to women. It's like a women loyalty code. Like even if they're wrong, you support each other, and which is crazy because women are like the biggest haters to each other. You know how many times I've been out with a woman? It could have been like a family member, you know, sister, cousin, whatever. And they see a woman, a random woman they don't know, wearing an outfit. They hating on her. Why she got that on? Such and such. Oh, she thinks she cute. That. Women be hating on each other. But then they expect you to have loyalty to them when they be hating on each other the most. So women online are pressuring each other to leave their man. It's called the 4B movement. I think it started in Korea. And it's a very powerful, influential movement. And it's actually quite sad. Here she is in a happy relationship. Probably will be married one day. And she has the mental strength to be like, that's some bull crap. Ain't nobody doing that. But a lot of women are influenced by other women, and a lot of women stick to the other women code because the reason why a lot of women stick to the women code is not because they're so loyal, is because women cannot stand being shamed by other women. So they'll do whatever they got to do to be approved and accepted by their women peers, their women counterparts. And it's just a stupid movement, bro. It's a stupid movement, bro. And she made a very logical statement in regards to the movement. She said, if you leave your man, there's going to be another woman that wants your man, that your man is going to be laid up with because she wants him and you don't. Like, you about to leave your man for no reason, bruh. Because some women on social media that you don't know, that you feel like you should be loyal to said that you should leave your man. You about to leave him for literally no reason.
4B movement has evolved into something so much more funnier than I could ever imagine it to be. They are shaving their heads. Honestly, good riddance, because us sane women deserve prettier hair anyways. So not only are these Mayo monsters sitting there holding back their bodies as if the whole world hasn't smashed through it already like the Hulk, but now they're shaving their heads to make themselves unappealing to men. Maybe perhaps they don't understand the only men they're hurting in this is liberal men, but that's none of conservative people's issues. They really think it's such a gotcha because they learned how to close their, disease-ridden salami pockets and shave their head to make themselves easily recognizable.
It's mind-blowing that people are on here shaving their heads and joining movements. But you know who's not shaving their head and joining a movement? President Harris. You guys should tell her to put her money where her mouth is and join you.
You didn't get here by yourself, man. You can't do this without us. Yeah. And if we don't let you, you don't get any. It's that simple. It's that simple.
4B movement this, 4B movement that. I have a very sneaky suspicion just from everyone that I know in real life that talks about the 4B movement. The people that are being the loudest about being very anti getting together with men, a lot of you guys are still in situationships and are actively hooking up with men in a non-committal way. Guess where men suck the most? In which cities they suck the most? Cities like New York. I don't know a single person who's having a good time dating in New York right now because men get all the benefits of being in a relationship with a woman for free from multiple women all the time. They're energy harvesting off of women all the time. Because you guys are like, oh, I don't want the responsibilities of being with a man and men suck and blah, blah, blah. But you guys get lonely. You want the validation. Time out. I say this because I needed to hear this years ago. Because let's be intellectually honest about this movement. People are enacting it because philosophically it works, but really, what's the emotional reason? Women are butthurt and we're saying we're gonna take away our feelings and decenter our feelings and our happiness from men. But what do you do when you're hurt? You pull back emotionally first and then you pull back physically. So the way that women are expressing their nihilism in these cities is by continuing to sleep with people but not being emotionally involved with them. And that is the opposite order in which things should be done. So friendly reminder to anyone that is currently going through the disillusionment process of dating but still giving men physical access to them because that feels more emotionally safe. It's not. It's not, and it has made them take women for granted way more.
So many people are saying stuff like, oh, the 4B movement is just a TikTok trend. It's not going to take off in real life. It's just a fringe movement. Are they sure about that? Because both CNN and NBC have already reported on the 4B movement since the election. The 4B movement is already starting to go mainstream in the US. And as it does, more and more women are going to consider it for themselves. And I don't know how big the 4B movement will turn out to be in the US, but it'll certainly be something. Thank you for your time.
Listen, I'm not going to dog on liberals too hard because I am promoting unity. We all need to come together. But guys, I mean girls, you participating in the 4B movement harms no one but yourself. And don't you know that sexual pleasure reduces stress, gives you clearer complexion? I mean, love is really good too. But us conservative girlies are not joining y'all. So, I mean, that's just more men for us. So, I mean, I have a feeling the reason you're doing 4B anyways is because you found out secretly that your boyfriend was a conservative and voted for Trump. So, at least we know that our values will align with theirs, unlike yours. But seriously, give it up, girls. We are uniting, okay? This is not the time for division. I promise you, Trump is going to do so many wonderful things. Just drop your preconceived notions that the media told you to believe. None of it is true. I promise. We wouldn't support him if it was.
Someone asked me if I was going to be participating in the 4B movement. So get the fuck away from me. First of all, no. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And it's also like highly offensive and insensitive to the original movement, the actual 4Me movement. And second of all, I'm married and my husband pays all the bills and he also does pull-ups off of like water pipes, like a prison inmate. So I most definitely will not be participating in 4B fucking anything. Jesus Christ. I'm not 4B. I'm for the D. Okay, bitch? Stay safe out there, y'all. But that shit is not for me. Not for me at all.
All these women like, divorce your husbands. We're swearing off men. Who's we? I kissed a lot of frogs to get to that man, okay? I want to go and do that. That's fine. Go and do that. You look stupid as hell. This man thinks that I am the only woman in the world. No other women exist. He gave me the privilege to stay home with my kids. Because even though that's hard sometimes to just be at home with kids all day, that's a privilege. He is the main provider of our household, but he asked me when he can spend money. He says things like, we get paid on Tuesday. He literally thinks I am God's gift to this earth. I gotta tell you, I'm a pretty strong personality, and that man puts me right in my feminine energy, and no man has ever been able to do that. No, I'm not going to shave my head. By the way, I think it's like really insensitive to people who are like going through chemo or have other medical diagnoses that make them lose their hair. I'm not going to leave my husband. Like, y'all sitting here in this country where you have the most rights out of literally any women in the world.
There's been a lot of content posted lately about the 4B movement. I think the end goal of the movement is beautiful, which is women gaining sovereignty over their bodies and really looking at the ways in which we have delegated our protection to sources outside of ourselves. And I really just want to encourage women that even though I know this has started from a place of anger and protest, don't let that be all that it's about. Because the reality is we should have been mad for a long, long time. The liberation movement was billed as this movement to empower women, but the reality is that most birth control was actually created by men. That includes the pill, IUDs, and abortions. And just because they made it easy to mitigate the consequences of hookup culture doesn't mean that it was actually meant to empower women. Most forms of birth control actually come with a whole list of side effects that actually can put the woman in more danger and disconnects us from our bodies, both mentally, physically, and emotionally.
I'm not going to keep quiet anymore because I just saw the most heartbreaking video. To all the women who decided to shave their head in support of this 4B movement, stop it. And not stop it because you can't do what you want or have freedom to do what you want, but you're being offensive. You're selfish. I just saw a woman post a video of her little girl, couldn't have been more than 5 years old, with cancer, with a bald head, saying that she's held her daughter numerous nights because her daughter was crying because when she lost her hair, she didn't feel beautiful anymore. So basically what you're saying is you're trying to make yourself unattractive by shaving your head because you don't like the president that was elected. Do you hear yourselves and see yourselves? Like, enough is enough. Grow up. Your entitlement is disgusting. There's actually women around the world that are oppressed. You live in the freest country and no matter what you think, you haven't lost one right. No one's bothered to answer my question or list the rights that you have lost because you haven't. You're living in a delusional world. It's called get some mental help. Go to a therapist. You've created an imaginary world that you believe is real. Roe v. Wade was overturned a long time ago. You guys don't want the government, the federal government, in your business. Do you understand what Roe v. Wade even meant when it was overturned? Because I think there's like a misconnect here. It means, and I'm going to say it for the 50th time, it means it was the federal government has been taken out of the equation to have any control over your bodies. It was given to the states. So you could choose what state you want to live in if you want to have your stupid abortions. Do you understand that? I honestly don't think you do. There's less government involved in making decisions about your body. You don't get that. I do think it's a level of education. I really don't think you guys get it. It's so frustrating because all you guys scream is peace and unity, and all you do is divide everybody and act like little babies.
The most attractive men you would ever see, I would turn them down immediately over like some like mid white boy.
You've just made a categorization. So you said there's beautiful men and there's mid men. Why are you able to make an objective determination about someone's physical appearance, but you can't do that to yourself?
I will always consider myself a 10. I do what I want with the way I look.
But how can, if it's...
Bro, you can all down these specifics. You want me to say I'm like a 9? I don't care what you say. I really don't care what you think about how I look.
That's fine.
Are you alright? Well, it's kind of like stressful. You're getting me on a podcast to debate how I look, and I've already said I don't care. No. We talked about how much longer you want to go on about it. I don't give a. Call me an 8. I don't care what the you want to call me. I already said that I think I'm a 10, and this discussion is really pointless.
You know that dating motto that girls came up with? If he won't, find someone who will. Like if he won't open your door for you, find someone who will. Simple, right? My brother just asked me, does that work for guys too? I was like, of course. Find a girl that is up to your standards. Yeah. So he's like, so if she doesn't cook for me, find someone who will. Yeah, technically. If she won't do my laundry for me, then find a girl that will. If she won't come to the gym with me, find a girl that will. Why does it sound so bad when men say it?
Guys lined up, ready to us. Oh, how many shoes are you guys counting? Wait, whoa, these are all the guys. There's more in there as well.
Boy.
OnlyFans content creator plan to go schoolies now her visa has been axed. Now this woman right here seems familiar because she had been quite famous for this clip.
I've been railed by 300 people in 6 months. 300! If you don't know, my goal for this year was 365 people in 365 days, and I have done 300 in 6 months. Your girl has also been railed in 11 different countries this year, which is also wild. So technically, I can make the 600. I was going to do 600 in 2025, but I think we can do it this year. So we are a little bit behind because it's actually mid-June right now, but I've got it. I've got it in me. It's all good. You just wait. I'm going to do 600 this year.
So apparently this year, these OnlyFans creators announced that they would be attending an event and plan to film explicit videos with barely legal men. Imagine this thing while switching the genders. Man, those guys would be in the prison.
So this article is called Gold Coast OnlyCans Star Descends on Schoolies Amid Controversy. As 20,000 schoolies ravage the streets, a new prawn star has hit the Gold Coast. So guys, Gold Coast is like a party area, beachy type place in the state of Queensland. She reveals how much she's set to earn. And we asked the boys what they really think. Of course the boys think it's great. They're young boys. So guys who don't know what schoolies are, schoolies, it's like a graduation. I don't know if it's like Cancun or whatever people might have over in the US. But schoolies is where kids like run amok for a couple of weeks once they finish their secondary schooling, their times, in year 12. They get through their exams. So anything sort of goes, and the Gold Coast is the place where people go and all sorts of shit happens there. Just days after controversial escort Bonnie Boo had her visa cancelled by Australia following her mission to film X-rated content with barely legal boys' schoolies, another OnlyCans star has emerged who claims to have already bedded 55 graduates only 24 hours into the first weekend of the annual School Leavers celebration. Now guys, this is sort of being touted as a positive. It's a bit of fun. It's a bit of an outrageous article. Okay, they have an OnlyCans girl who's gone and banged 55 young blokes already in like a day. I don't know how that even works. I don't know why you want to put that on the internet, but 55 dudes in a day. Okay, now let's just reverse the script here, guys.
See, just like I said, it is like if the roles were reversed, those guys would be in the jail. Similarly, this woman should be in jail as well, where apparently whenever men are taken advantage of. But in this scenario, it's mostly children trying to bang a porn star or something, so they're excited. So it's taken in a positive way, but it's still wrong because the boys are the minors because they're barely legal, below 18. What do you guys feel about that? Let's just see more into this.
I attended Melbourne Cup last year, and as I was at the birdcage, I received a news article link from my friend where basically a news outlet had said that I had begged my way into the birdcage, and I was kind of annoyed because the editor of this news outlet had actually emailed me and we were talking about going to the races, and I had asked them if they had any contacts in the birdcage for the marquees once, and basically apparently that's me begging, and I was just really devastated and I felt really betrayed because she was super lovely to me and I felt like she was sort of like a friend in the media, and so when that came out, I was really upset and disappointed.
See, our first mistake is believing that women can be her friends, and especially the ones from media, because they're just trying to get some new content, some new viral article to get them more famous. Just looking for something to make money out of you, not for you, out of you.
But it was also really hard because after reading the comments, a lot of people were saying things like, why is a sex worker in the birdcage? How did a sex worker get into the birdcage? And I have to say, like, it was kind of funny to read those comments because why shouldn't a sex worker be in the birdcage? We're not monsters, we're not crazy, we're people too, we're hard workers, you know?
She said working hard. Ma'am, you're just making someone hard, not actually working hard.
We come from all different walks of life, we come in all different shapes and sizes, so there's absolutely no reason why sex workers shouldn't be in the birdcage, and I'm going to be in the birdcage this year, and I'm so excited.
I do agree that they are just human like us, they should not be treated that way, but again, actions have consequences. Certain actions will have certain kind of consequences, and if you're doing something bad or wrong, you should be able to accept that or deal with that. instead of just crying about why you're getting those kind of reactions. Because it's common sense, come on. You're doing something bad, you're gonna get bad reactions. Let us see more OnlyFans nonsense.
Well, just for yourself as well. Yeah. You know, I think you can do this.
I'm totally fine.
And you may be, but just in amongst public, and especially the entire football team, I think maybe elsewhere.
Okay, I will try to find a different. You know what? There's no reason for you guys to tell me what to do because I am my own person. I'm taking pictures for Halloween. I'm actually a content creator. This is how I make money.
Okay.
And I have like so many followers on Instagram. You guys really don't want to like mess with me.
A few moments later.
I lost my Instagram for posting about God. Romans 1:18 says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and wickedness."
But wait! There's more!
God has set me free from that. I am not the old Rachel anymore, okay? When the sun sets you free, you are free indeed. It doesn't matter how dark your past is. It doesn't matter what you have done. Here's why starting an OnlyFans was the worst decision I made in my life. I did not realize that I was literally selling parts of my soul and the money could have never made it worth it. I just wish that someone would have warned me and told me that I was going to be later experiencing PTSD from the sexual trauma and the experiences that I was subjecting myself to on a daily basis. I did not know that I would later need to be in trauma counseling. It brought me into way darker places than I ever could have imagined, and I never want to go back there.
So I realized some of the mistakes that I made in my early 20s. So I had met a few good guys that actually wanted to date me. And I was like, no, like he's corny, like no, he ain't got no swag, he ain't got that that I'm looking for, like nah, not my type, sorry, no thank you, not interested. So I went after what I thought was my type. You know, the guy with a little edge. You know, bad boy, got a little side to him, you know, tattoos and all of that good stuff. The interesting, mysterious guy. And I told y'all a lot about my toxic relationship. And man, after I went and took my ass over to where I thought the grass was greener on the other side, only thing that was on that side was trauma, mental abuse, and boy did I get dragged through the mud. These men treated me like shit, but they were fine though. They look good. I used to love when other girls would be like, oh girl, that's your man, like he is fine, girl. Oh, meanwhile I was being treated like trash, literally trash. So I went back and I looked at some of the profiles of some of the good guys that wanted me back in the day, and guess what, y'all? They're all married now. All married. And I'm single, left with trauma.
You, as a woman, you will get disrespected to your face because his financial status says I can. So my thing is, if you coming home to me at night and only me, baby, I'll take you broke.
Shit.
I'll take you broke. Because I've been broke in by millionaires. Come on now, what's the...
Hey, quick question. What's the sexuality called when you're attracted to men and women, but neither are attracted to you? What's that called?
Emotional, damn it!
Are you married?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Is he happy?
Oh, that's a weird question. Usually they ask if I'm happy.
Yeah, but like, it's a different kind of an interview. I'm just, you know, because he's not here, like, I want to show my care for him as well. Is he happy? Your answer is yes, no? You don't wanna answer that question?
No.
I think it's okay. I think we got the answer.
Who we?
That's me and the camera guy. You got it, bro?
Yeah. Well, fuck. And fuck.
Are you?
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Truth or dare?
Dare.
I dare you to call your dad and tell him you're thankful for him.
Alright, got you. Hello.
What's going on?
I just wanted to tell you I'm thankful for you.
Why are you doing that?
Because you do a lot for me and I never give anything in return.
Well, you just made my day. Thank you for the call, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you tonight.
Alright, love you, bye.
Bye.
Okay, Yeti, stay. Barry, stay. Wait till I say go, okay?
No, Getty, stay. Okay.
Do you want to tell me who the hell Rachel is?
No, it's Jack.
No, it isn't. Someone named Rachel is calling your phone right now.
No, it's Jack.
Who is she?
Answer it. It's Jack.
Oh, it is? Okay, let's see. Hello? Oh, hi, Jack. Yeah, here he is. Why is Jack's name Rachel on your phone?
Because if it said Jack was calling, then you wouldn't have brought me my phone, would you?
Even left them in grooming, and we're gonna show you how we groom dogs.
Show me how you groom me. Show me how you groom me. Show me. Calm me down.
Are you having fun?
I'm having fun. Groom me.
Do you have a dream?
Yeah. 2 midgets. One stands on the other one's shoulder so one can kiss me while the other one sucks my.
Do you have a dream?
Calma, chocolate branco. Agora eu seria seu bombeiro. Eu vou te socorrer.
Ô, hijo! Já tô sentindo a mangueira.
If M stands for money in men, then what does W stand for in women? Reply in the comment section.
Look, I swear my man didn't cheat on you.
My girl saw him do it.
False accusation. Where's the proof?
I have it right here.
Where? AI.
That's not me.
That's ChatGPT right there. Don't you have a twin?
Yeah, that's my twin.
He has a twin.
I've met your family. You don't have a twin.
I'm adopted.
Yeah, he's adopted. He hasn't met his twin.
Hi, I'm a neighbor. I've been hearing some rumors.
I'm gonna assume it's because I laid some pipe on some of the other women in the neighborhood. I'm not just a piece of meat that you could come here and think something's gonna happen, okay? I'm a guy, I have feelings too.
I was just...
I appreciate you coming here, but I gotta go.
Okay, you can say whatever you want to say about me, okay?
About you?
Yeah, about me. Say how you really feel, okay?
No.
Yes.
No.
No consequences. Whatever you
I won't
want
get
to
in
say
trouble?
in the bathroom is your.
Fuck this motherfucker.
Let me get out the room. Okay, you can.
Hey. All of this happened because I got laid. Speak the truth.
Pa, ¿quieres sacar músculos sin hacer ejercicio?
Sí.
Sí. Da lo que me conseguí para sacar músculos sin hacer ejercicio. Esto es un aparato que se lo poniste en el músculo que quiere hacer crecer y ya. Que gimnasia pasiva. Y le sacó este músculo. ¿Qué músculo quiere sacar? Aquí. Eso lo hace bien. Hágale, yo lo instalo. Este se llama el bíceps, ¿sí o no?
Bíceps.
El bíceps.
Bíceps.
Ajá.
Bíceps.
Listo. ¿Está preparado?
Estoy preparado.
Listo. Vamos entonces en 3, 2, 1. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó, padre? ¿Lo quito? Pero ya lo quité. ¿Qué pasó?
Cabechimba, ¿por qué no se lo ponen las manos bien, cabechimba?
Para sacar músculo.
Sí, para sacar músculo, de calambrarlo a uno, cabechimba.
เนี่ยเราคนละครอบครัวเลยครับเรื่องการกลับบ้านอยู่แล้วเราใช่ไหมล่ะเด็กสมัยนี้ก็โตเร็วไงใจเย็น
Rilazzella è subito delante su libertà. Lo que anhelaba, lo que más soñaba era estar en su hogar. Dejó la viola dentro de su celda, ya no quería tocar.
Can I make my phone call? Do I have rights? Can I make my phone call?
Who you gonna call?
Huh?
Who you gonna call?
Yo, mama.
All right, get your ass in the car. Man.
Okay, without that one.
All right, nigga. Remember, you got 9 lives. You got 8. You got 8 lives. Keep it up. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Come on, Mr. Whiskey. God damn, 7. You had 7 lives. You got 7 left. I don't know what you going through today. Figure it out, man. Boy, 5. Damn. You got 5 motherfucking lives left. Chill out. All right, nigga.
I wanna get some close. Hey. She's staring at me,
Here are the 3 reasons I divorced my wife. Number 1, when I informed her that our neighbor died, she said, "Who, Ray?" Not appropriate to cheer at that moment. Number 2, when I told her my favorite month was coming up, she said, "Why'd you lie?" I didn't. Number 3 is when my dad passed away. He was at the hospital. I couldn't make it before his death. And when I got there, she told me that the doctor said that my dad was pronounced dead. There's no way I've been mispronouncing it my entire life. But she kept defending the doctor. And you know what, to be fair, I should have known. The first time I asked her out, I was like, "You want to grab some drinks?" And she said, "How about 10 tomorrow?" That's way too many.
Well, anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment your opinions in the comment section below. There are some more videos you're interested in watch. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.